Kids, get off my lawn! Get off my lawn! Get off my lawn! Go! Children, I hate them. Boy, I'll tell you, got no respect for old people. None at all. 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 No respect. No respect for history either. You know that? And I'm going to talk to you about history. There's a lot of history in the Black Hills. A lot. I mean, a lot. Get off my lawn! Go! Damn things. Okay. If you're riding the ATVs in the Black Hills, there's a lot of history. There's old mining history. There's old logging history. There's Native American history. There's all kinds of stuff in the Black Hills that you can see. You can hike to these places, but if you got an ATV, you can get to a lot of historical places. You can see more of them. There's things like old ranches. There's old mining structures. There's the old mines themselves. There's places where there's old sawmills. There's all this stuff all over the Black Hills. So if you're riding in the hills, you don't have to just look at the scenery. There's other stuff you can see. And in this video, I'm going to tell you about that. I'm going to tell you where you can go in the Black Hills, how to avoid private property, what you can see on public lands, and where to get the information you need. I can't possibly tell you all the places there are to see in the Black Hills. There's literally more than 1,000. Probably closer to 2,000 places if you can include mines and ghost towns. So to give you a better idea of that, I think it's probably worthwhile for us to step into the office, pull up some maps on the internet, take a look at them, and I'll show you on the maps and trails where you should be looking if you want to see old stuff. And meanwhile, go! Got to get them deer off here. They eat grass. Okay. All right, I'm going to do that. So bear with me for a few seconds while I move into my office here. Okay, I've had a chance to get back to the office, settle down a little bit. Going to show you now how to find some of these mines in the Black Hills. And we're going to start with our old friend here, Google Earth. Now, if you've seen my earlier videos, you know how to do this, so I won't go into a lot of detail on that. You can look them up and go there. And what I've done is I've gone ahead and saved the file I plan to use. So I'm just going to open it. And it's called Mines and Towns, KLM file right there. And I'm just going to open that file. All right. And we'll move into the Black Hills. Ooh, zoom. Now every one of those pins you see is a mine, and they're all named. And they're either, I'm going to back up, they're either a mine or a ghost town. And a lot of times the ghost towns are associated with a mine. And this area in the background here, that is the U.S. Forest Service map, which is also overlaid on this. Okay, so to make this interesting, we're going to zoom in. You can see all the mines, and if you look, you can see what I've talked about before, which is the mining district, which is right here, that goes basically from Keystone on up to Deadwood. But we're in the center hills here, the Central Hills, and we're going to move in on a couple of these here. So it's kind of hard. Everything's cluttered. So we're going to go in here to Hill City. Right there is Hill City. Right there. And then we're going to go a little bit north of Hill City up here to Newton City, which is a few miles down Deerfield Road here. It doesn't show too well on the map, but there is a road that goes right up through there and connects to Forest Service 389. And if you follow the 389 up this way, and then there's 389 1F right here, and I'm going to go into there. All right. Now, this is Gold Mountain Mine. All right. Now, back up here so you can see the trail. And again, this is what I'm talking about with the Forest Service map. If you just have the black and white map, it does not show any connection between Deerfield Road and 389. But there's actually a road here, right there. It is a road, and it goes to a number of houses and things, so that, you know, they're up in here. But you have to go about a mile down this road before you get to the Forest Service. Unfortunately, if you go this time of year, you'll see it's shaded. Okay, that whole area is shaded. And you're going to run across a gate right there, which is going to be closed. And that's because this is a seasonal closure. And that seasonal closure is for the wildlife habitat. And all of these trails back in here are seasonally closed. So you have to wait until after May 15th in order to get on this trail. They are closed from December 15th to May 15th. But once the trail is open, you just go up this way a little bit, and you can get to this Gold Mountain Mine. And if you go to Gold Mountain Mine, the historical group has restored the shaft head and one of the boilers and things. So there are some things to see there. And the mine has actually been restored, and it is on Forest Service property. And you can see it that way. Now, if you follow the trail up a little bit more, and again, as I noticed, these are seasonal trails, and you keep going up this trail, all right, and keep going. You're just driving along the trail. Now you get up to Queen Bee Mine, which is just a couple miles north of there, and Queen Bee Mine is right off of this trail, 530.1A. There is a trail, or an access trail, not marked on this map, that goes right up through here, and you can park right next to the mine, and there's a shaft there and a fence around it. And then there's a lot of old foundations where they had the lift house and the Queen Bee, or the boiler and some of the other equipment for the mine. But anyway, that's the Queen Bee Mine, and it's a pretty good one. It's right there. You notice that it has Queen Bee Mine and Queen Bee next to it. This is the ghost town, and this is the mine. Now, there's nothing left to see in the ghost town, but very often these mines were there. Now, if I zoom in, all right, you can actually, in the aerial photograph, and you notice how we're getting in real close, you can see the trees and the actual excuse me, you can see the shaft in here somewhere. But it's a easy mine to visit, and it's right off the trail, and it is on Forest Service land, so it is legal to go there. Okay, all right. And let's see, that's not a very good mine. That's not a good mine. All right, let's see if we can find some more up here that are worthwhile. If you go up here, this is Mystic Road, okay, and then this is called Castleton, all right. A good riding area here, and this is Castle Peak Road, right along there. Follow my little hand. All right, all right. And if you go up here to Lookout Mill, the old mill building is still there, and it's right off the road. You can see it, and there's lots of big timbers and things there. And if you go back to Castleton, that's right here. All right, down in the creek here, you can see that there was an old mining operation there between there and Mystic. Okay, so that's a pretty good place to go. Probably if you're coming up Mystic Road, you know, you can go there. If you want to, there's a nice place to park. Right along here, there's a parking lot. It's for the Mickelson Trailhead, but you could park there, and then you can take your ATVs up, or UTVs up to Castleton, take this through here, go down like that, go all the way over to Castle Peak. There's a campground here, okay, follow that up. Now there's some mines up here. The most notable is Golden West, okay. And now this is quite a ways down. It's not too many miles, but it's going to take you a while to get there. But if you get to the Golden West, that's a significant mine. Again, it's on the Forest Service land, so you can go and visit it. And then the other mine that's of some interest, unfortunately you can't get to it, But there's the standby mine. Okay, it's essentially impossible to get to because you can't. There's the rapid creek goes right through here, and but you can look at it from the road across the creek. You can't actually get in there and walk it, but that's another mine that's in there that's pretty good. Okay, and moving back to Castleton here, um, you got the town of Mystic, and if you go down Mystic here, this is the old railroad right away. All right, it goes through there like that, goes all the way down to Pactola and to Rapid City eventually. But there's some railroad artifacts there that you could look at. That's pretty good. And if you go up a little north of Mystic, you can catch this trail and ride all through in there. Some of these mines, although they're marked on the map, are there's nothing to see. For example, if you come to this mine, you won't see anything. There's just nothing there. All right, and that's about it on that. And this is a nice little trail system there, by the way. You can go down. It rides on a ridge. There's some great views from up there down and towards that direction. Okay. Anyway, that's a general lookout. A general view of the mining. And like I said, if you really get into it, there's lots of lots of stuff you could see. I'm going to close this off with a couple short videos and pictures of mines and what you can kind of expect to see. So that's going to be it for this one. And thanks for coming with me. And I hope you enjoy this video. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up with a short video and some still photographs of what you can expect to find if you visit various historical sites around the Black Hills. This happens to be a mine mill building that's not too far from Keystone, and is typical of what you'll see, which is basically falling down timbers and wrecks of buildings. This particular mine operated from around 1905 until the early 1940s, possibly the late 30s. And the only thing I'd caution you about is if you go to a site like this, make sure it's on public land and don't climb around on it. They are dangerous, so just stand on the grass and kind of look at them. You'll find that the construction is very interesting. They used mostly local stuff, and it was pretty heavy duty. Again, make sure that if you go onto a site like this, that it is on public land. There are private land sites, and I'm going to show you here in a second a couple photographs of sites that are on private land. The first here is of the mill bill. The head frame of the Holy Terror mine in Keystone. If you go inside, this is the winch that hauls the cars up from underneath. Again, this is on private land. You can't really enter it. If you do go into a mine, this is what you're likely to see. They are dangerous, so don't do it. Okay. And also near Keystone, this is the mill building from the Ingersoll mine, and again, it's typical of what you'll see. Again, if you've enjoyed this, like this video. If you have comments or questions, leave them in the comments section or send me email. Thanks for bearing with me and watching this. Appreciate it. Bye.